Welcome back, traders, to today's video on EURUSD. Today being Monday, the 8th of December, and we're going to be looking for opportunities within EURUSD so that obviously we can capitalize on that situation, make as much profit as possible. So with that said, we're going to get straight into it. So first things first is we're going to jump onto a higher time frame. So we're going to start with the month. Just give us a rough idea where everything is, right? What I talked about last week when I did the video on EURUSD and where we are now. As it stands right now, you could basically go off the vibe that EURUSD is in a downtrend as it stands, right? This is it right here. So price is basically moving downwards, right? We're getting lower lows in this area, right? Price is moving downwards. So this is what we have on the month. This is what the month is telling us right now, what EURUSD is doing. And so we have the general idea of that. So the next thing we're going to do is jump into the week and let's see what the week is basically telling us. Now, market has begun to move in an upward direction. Okay, so we can see we have higher lows, right? But overall direction of market is it hasn't taken out this level right here. Okay, and we're just going to say for argument's sake, that will be 1.2500. Could look at this in the point of view of EURUSD is still in a downtrend, even though price is moving upwards, right? You could still be of that mindset, and I don't think you would be wrong. So with that said, we're going to jump into the day, right? We're going to jump into the day real quick. And in a day, we can still kind of go off that vibe, right? That it is in a downtrend, but at the same time, we could also say that it's gone into an uptrend, right? And reason why we could basically say that is this swing low over here has been taken out over here, okay? And obviously price is now doing what it does. And the low point, we have a higher low in this area right here. So you could actually argue that price is in an uptrend, even though on the higher time frame it indicates that price is in a downtrend, right? So it's important that we add context to everything that we do and how we basically do it, so that when we are doing things, always have our best foot forward and the chances of mistakes happening is severely reduced, right? So we've looked at the month, we've looked at the week, we've looked at the day, all extremely briefly. So now we're going to jump into the 4 hour. Now in the 4 hour itself, this is where we are actually able to plot in our positions on the vibe of an intraday swing trade, right? So we can actually do this on a 4 hour. It's more effectively done on a 4 hour vendor day, but we do not want to discount or disregard the overall macro trend, which is down, right? So now that we know what's going on in that situation, what we now need to do is put in the correct analysis for this area right here. Make sure that everything makes sense, because we believe price is coming down because the overall trajectory of market is coming down. So because of that, we now need to be more biased towards market coming down, supposing to going up, right? So with that said, obviously I need more real estate in this area over here, and I don't think I can get it on the 4 hour. So we're going to jump into the day real quick, because I think the day will give us the real estate I'm after. Yes, and I have it right here. So the first thing I'm going to do, right, the first thing I'm going to do in this area is I'm going to get rid of everything, because what I've worked out is my analysis in itself could have been a lot better than what it was. Let me go into a higher time frame. Let's say, okay, so we're going to do the week, right? We're going to do the week. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin to really put this thing together so we have something that makes a lot of sense, right? So I've already explained how I like to do my trend lines from point A to point B, not to get maximum amount of touches, just as a guide to let me know what market is doing, right? So this is just a guide, right? So there are other content creators in relation to markets that have a different way of drawing their trend lines, and I just think it just makes your chart way too busy. I'm not saying they're wrong, and I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying this is personal preference, how I like to have my trend lines on my chart. So now that we've got the trend line down for the week, we go into the day, And then what we're going to basically work out is what is the probability of market taking certain actions, right? So before I do all of that, I'd just like to show this to you, right? So this right now that we can see is an ascending channel that we have that has a high probability of breaking to the downside. This channel in itself supports the idea that price is going to be breaking down, which in line supports the macro view that price is going to be breaking down, right? So I just wanted to highlight that for you. So the next thing that we are going to do now is basically just determine what is going on from this area right here. This entire box is where our interest lies, right? And then we may use this area over here as a potential guide as well, okay? So with that said and done, right, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to add in my levels, right? So let's just see what we got here. Let's just see what we got here to see what makes sense and what doesn't. So from this location over here to this location over here is an important move. That actually, as a matter of fact, is to this location over here. It's an important move that I need to mark down, right? That I need to know. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a level down here, okay? And we're going to put a level up here, all right? This is going to give us just basically the working points as to what we kind of need to keep an eye on, right? So we can clearly see that up here, price came down to this area over here and then shot up, close above this level, which is this over here, and then shut that down again. So it makes sense for me to put another level up here, right? Another level up here. Now, when price came from this level up here and it came down and then it went up, touched this level and then came back down again to knock out this level, this has now created a whole new level down here for us to pay attention to, okay? So this level has now become really, really, really important, okay? So what we now have is price has gone up, come down, and then shot up again, did not close above this level over here. Whoops. Did not close above this level over here. I'm referencing this location right here. So it didn't close above this level, right? It basically came down and closed below this level down here, which would have meant, okay, that you may have wanted to think about taking shorts when price began its surge to the upside, right? Because effectively what we have in this area over here is two things that took place, right? We have a change of character at this level down here on the 4 hour, okay? And if I drag this across, we have a change of character up here as well, right? Now, the problem with this situation is that we have two changes of characters in the same trend or in the same, roughly same zone. Okay, so one of them's got to be right and one of them's got to be wrong, right? And in our case, the wrong one, obviously we have the benefit of hindsight to help us out with this, but the actual wrong one is this one right here. This is the incorrect one, right? This is the incorrect one. And the reason why that lower one is incorrect is because of this low right here in comparison to this low over here. So effectively, this is not a change of character, but this is actually a break of structure. Okay, this is going to help with the story as to what we need to be looking out for this week, right? Really, really, really important, right? So we know if price is going to be going up or if price is going to be coming down, right? It's important we know that. So as we can see right now, from this level over here all the way down here, okay, we can call this one move, right? We can call this one move, bearing in mind this was the highest point and this is the lowest point. So this, in fact, is an effective break of structure, right? So because this is an area of, because this is the area where price broke structure effectively, right? We can now put a level up here because this is where the pullback took place. So pullback happened in this location over here. So we put that down as the 4-hour break of structure. Price came down into this area where we have an imbalance, right? Or an FVG. So if I just draw the FVG in this area right here and bring it down, price tapped into the FVG and then moved off, okay? Moved off. And depending on how you would have been looking at this last week, it would have been very easy to say that this is the break of structure, okay? You'd have marked that out. But however, in actual reality, this is actually now, as it stands, it could change. It actually is the break of structure, right? So we're going to highlight that. Now, these levels that I've put down, you may need to change them up, with hindsight, depending on how a market basically behaves, right? So in a nutshell, just to make everything as easy as possible, okay, is we have this low over here. So this swing high was created down here, right? It's really important that we know this, right? So the swing high up here was created down here, right? And the swing high up here for now was created down here, okay? So the move is this. So that's how I would lay it down, right? So I will lay it down in that order, basically meaning, right, that if I am to consider looking for lows in the market, right, I'm looking at this area over here as the level of where the change of character could take place. And that level is 1.10706, right? And if I'm looking for bullish momentum, I would want to see the 4-hour break of structure actually taken out, and that level is 1.19209, right? So if that level is taken out, then what I will be looking for is I'll be looking for inefficiencies in this area right here. So let me just get my little tool. So I'll be looking for price to say, knock this out and possibly come down here somewhere, right? So I'll be looking for inefficiencies in, so once price has taken this area down, right? So once price has knocked out this level right here, I would be looking for inefficiencies in this area all the way up to see if price taps into any of those inefficiencies before it does what it wants to do, right? And then once I have that confirmation, that will give me a higher probability of a really good trade with a decent amount of profits, something that we all love and care so much about, right? So as it stands, in regards to this analysis, how I've basically put together this analysis for you guys is these are the following. Okay, so let me just put in what that level will be. So down here, this will be our change of character zone that we'll be waiting for. And up here, this will be our break of structure that will give us the signal to say we can think about taking entries, and we will get that entry level move somewhere in this area over here. Okay, somewhere in this level over here. This is based on how I've done it. Some people will use this level right here, okay, as the level of change of character, right? That I do understand. Let me just make sure that what I said here makes absolute sense. As a matter of fact, this is why it is not wrong to double check your work in all fairness. So let's do it like this. I think I will actually take that spot I would actually take that spot. If I'm wrong, then obviously I'm wrong. So this is the 4 hour. So this level here created this swing high up here. If we get a close above this level, and that will be 1.13938, we need to start looking for sales. So effectively, price closes below, comes down into the zone. And let me just do this, right? Comes down into the zone. So we'll be looking for inefficiencies in the move that actually breaks the change of character. So our entry will be somewhere in this region if price does that. And we'll be looking for the same type of format if price closes above this level right here, which is 1.19209. So I hope obviously that the content that I've shared with you is useful, right? I hope you've enjoyed this video so far. And the next thing that I'm now going to do is I'm going to drop on the volume profile on here. And this is going to give us a rough idea as to what it is that we're looking at. Now, the volume profile, I've got it set to delta because although we like using low volume nodes and all the other cool stuff, we kind of want to know where everything is, right? And where everybody is essentially, right? And I think the delta gives me a much better description of where all the sellers and buyers are sitting. So hence why we have it on. So with that said, this is the idea that I have now, right? This is the idea that I have now based on what I'm seeing on the volume profile. So I want to know where everybody is kind of located right now. And I want to see what we have in this area. So we have a point of control at this level, which is 1.14223, which is good to know. And we have a point of control at 1.13334, which is also good to know. So we get a close below 1.13938. Because remember, on the macro view, price is coming down. So hence why the bias is more leaning towards market coming down, supposing to going up. So what I'm looking for are areas of low volume nodes where they are basically located, right? And I can see one right here. I can see one right here. So this will give me a rough idea as to where I could think about waiting for price to do a pullback into, right? And based on what I am looking at right now, and bearing in mind, right, this is something that you're going to have to double check yourself to make sure it all makes sense. It's the zone of between, actually, let me change this color up a bit. Let me just make this look really cool. So the zone of between 1.14697 and 1.14395, right? If price breaks below 1.13938, I would expect price to go into the zones that I've highlighted in blue, right? That's just how I would do things, right? So with that said, guys, if you found the content useful, make sure you hit that subscribe button, you turn on the notification, and you drop us a like so you don't miss the next video when I drop it. And until then, I wish you nothing but the best with your trades moving forward. And I will see you all on the next one.